Well, friends, I am Dr. M. Jayaraj. I have been imparting teaching in this institute for a couple of years. Now I am going to introduce or give detailed solutions of Computer Science 2021. So those students who have attempted GATE 2021, if you have any doubts, clarifications, you can be clarified through my detailed solutions. So there are a couple of questions that appeared from the verbal aptitude. I just would like to go step by step, so you can also cross check your answer and see whether you have attempted the answers right or wrong. So here I am to just give you solutions. So if you have any ounce of doubts, your doubts can be clarified. So students, this is the verbal aptitude new content that is being given to us in the year 2021, computer science engineering. So this is the new syllabus that is being given to us. Well, only they have added few areas and certain areas they have deleted. So this is the complete picture of the syllabus, GATE syllabus verbal aptitude. Now I'll go step by step. Let us go through the questions, check the answer that you have given is right or wrong. Here we go. So this is one of the questions that appeared in the computer science. The question, let us look at this question, students. So I'll take back this question where this question has appeared to us from. Consider the following sentences. They have given 1, 2 sentences, and the question you see, which of the following is the correct observation about the above 2 sentences. So the word, try to see, students, like this correct observation, that what we have to do is we need to just observe. There is a little bit of what we call it as, and the options that you find here grammatically correct. So what is that observation like? Is it grammatically correct? And there is one word he has used is what we call it as ambiguous. Ambiguous means something which is confused, something which is uncertain, something which you cannot give detailed solution. That is what we call it as ambiguous, students. So unambiguous, in the sense straight away we can call it as unambiguous. So ambiguous, it is something doubtful. Unambiguous, which is not doubtful. So first of all, try to understand these two wordings. So here we go, students, where this question has appeared to us from. So this question, if you look into the first one, let us see, everybody in the class is prepared for the examination. Babu invited Danish to his home because he enjoys playing chess. So when we talk about the grammar, students, like the word everybody, you see that. So where this question has appeared to us. So this question, if you look into grammar, students, like you see here, tenses, article, adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions, verb, noun, agreement. You see here something what we call it as verb, noun, agreement. So noun and verb agreement, the first one has appeared from that, students, like. And the second one is a little bit of reasoning, something connected to little bit of reasoning. And let us also check and see from the chapter verb and agreement, the second one, is it right or wrong. So grammatically correct or grammatically incorrect, that is what we have to see, students. So this question appeared from verb, noun, agreement. Here we go. So consider the following sentences. Let us consider them. Everybody in the class is prepared for the exam. First of all, let us check whether it is grammatically correct or incorrect. That is our challenge. So students, you see the word here, everybody. The word everybody is taught under the content pronoun chapter. Other parts of speech. Did you see here? You will find here. And other parts of speech. What other parts of speech could be? This could be noun, students. This could be pronoun. This could be verb. So these are all other, what we call it as other parts of speech. So under the title pronoun, students, you will find something. Under the title pronoun, you find indefinite pronoun. So what is this indefinite pronoun? Like everybody, anybody, everything. So such are the words that fall under the chapter pronoun chapter. So here we go now. So let us see whether the subject verb agreement. The simple rule is, students, like in subject verb agreement concept, what happens? It's a very simple, which I have been teaching in the class for couple of years, the subject verb agreement. Subject plus verb. So they both have to agree each other. If the subject is singular, verb also should be singular. If the subject is plural, verb also should be plural. That is what our challenge is. So here the word everybody is singular. So let us check whether the verb is singular or not. Yes, absolutely singular here now, you see. So the sentence actually reads like this: everybody is prepared for the examination. You see that? Everybody is prepared. Everybody is prepared for the examination means like they are ready for the examination. Now here, prepared is actually not what we call it as, students, like V3. So this is have to be taken as like adjective actually. Everybody in the class is prepared, which means is prepared means they are ready for the examination. Ready for the exam. That is the meaning of is prepared. So what is prepared now? Everybody in the class is prepared for the exam means they are ready for the exam. So what is the, what we call it as, students, like correct observation, which means is it grammatically correct or is grammatically incorrect? Like, so subject verb agreement, singular, singular. So absolutely, and the meaning wise observation is nothing but they are ready for the exam. So therefore it is grammatically correct. So which is grammatically correct here now? So grammatically correct, grammatically correct. So we have two options here now. So grammatically incorrect, we will try to eliminate this option and we will try to eliminate this option, students, like. So we are left with B and C. Now what is the next one? Let us see. So what is our observation now? Correct observation. Babu invited, correct observation. Babu invited Danish to his home because he enjoys playing chess. Very good. That is also what we call it as grammatically correct sentence, students, no doubt. Babu invited Danish. Where? To his home. Why? Because he enjoys. Who enjoys here now? Babu enjoys because he refers to Babu. Babu invited Danish to his home because he enjoys playing chess. Now, the question is ambiguous. Yeah, now ours is what we call it as, we have to see whether it is unambiguous or ambiguous. Ambiguous means doubtful, I said. Uncertain, I said. Ambiguous. Doubtful, uncertain. So our observation in the sentence, where it goes, students, come on, let us see this one. Babu invited Danish to his home. So far so good, very good. Because he enjoys playing chess now. Who is enjoying playing chess now? Babu enjoys playing chess, no doubt about that. Very good now. Now here, the simple clarity, what we call it as, students, like now, the second sentence, what we call it as, doesn't clearly state. The second question that arises to our mind is whether Danish know how to play chess, we don't know. Or Babu enjoys playing chess, very good. But we don't know whether Danish enjoys playing chess, we don't know. He is just invited, that's all. That doesn't mean, when we go to little bit of reasoning, students, like Babu invited Danish, very good, so far so good. But the question here is that he enjoys playing chess. Who enjoys? Babu enjoys playing chess, no doubt, very good. But our question here is that whether Danish knows how to play chess, we don't know. Whether Danish enjoys playing chess, we don't know. Or whether Danish enjoys other games, we also don't know. That is the observation that we have to make it here, students, like. Therefore, we have to consider that one as bit ambiguous. So the sentence is ambiguous here now. Just Babu invited Danish to his home because he enjoys playing chess. Very good. He enjoys playing chess, but we don't know whether Danish enjoys playing chess. We don't know. So that is something uncertain, something what we call it as doubtful, students. So therefore, the second sentence is what we call it as ambiguous. I suppose you have understood the query here, students. Like this seems to be a little bit new question that appeared this year. So maybe this is a correct observation. Well, one thing is grammatically what we have to see. Grammatically, right, no problem. But when we come to little bit of observation or reasoning, then we need to check both the sentences. Like so, first sentence is everybody is prepared for the exam, grammatically correct. So therefore, that is C is grammatically correct. And the second one, as I said, what we call it as like someone loves enjoying playing chess. That doesn't mean that other one loves playing chess. We don't know. Whether what we call it as like the other one knows chess also, we don't know. That is the ambiguity that what we have here now. So therefore, C is absolutely the right answer, students. Now, very good. Now we'll go with the next question. Yeah. So dash is to surgery as writer is to dash. A very simple question, students. Which one of the following options maintains a similar logical maintains what we call it as a similar logical relation in the above sentence, like dash is to surgery as writer is to dash. So this is the question that again appears, students. Like so, where this question has come to us. Come on, here we go. Let us see the grammar where this question has appeared to us. This question appeared to us from the section analogy. Couple of years I have been imparting this chapter analogy, students. Like so, what is analogy? So here we go. So the question has appeared to us from the section analogy. So when we talk about something about analogy, students, like what do you mean by analogy actually? So analogy, if you divide the word ana means according, logo means word, science, subject. So according to word, according to subject. So what is according to subject? Like similar. According means a similar logical relationship. Actually, the sentence has to be something like dash, what we call it as, students, like now. So the sentence, definitely the formation of analogical questions are framed like this actually. Surgery. Surgery. And options have been given, students. This is how exactly the analogical sections are. So based on the main pair, you are supposed to determine one of the similar relationship in the given options. So what is that again now? Writer is to what we call it as, students, like now. Writer is to dash, again they have given now. Dash is to surgery as writer is to dash. So therefore, let me just call here as writer. This is how the sequence goes on in analogical questions. That analogy can be raised in the form of this pattern or in the form of fill in the blank, students. Like very good. You know surgery. Who performs surgery, students? Like now, doctor performs surgery. That's all. Medicine, hospital, doctor gives medicine, it's okay. But other one also we have to see. Let me just check, students. Like first of all, doctor. We'll go with the what we call it as doctor. Now doctor is to surgery, just as. Now what is this just as, students? Like now, similar as, what we call, you see here now as. In other words, we call it as the double colon means just as. So doctor is to surgery, what we call it as, students. Now writer is to dash, he said. So what is writer is to now? So maintain a similar logical relationship in the above sentence, like. So the same relationship you are supposed to determine, students. So what is our analogical relationship that we can think of, students? Like a doctor performs surgery. doctor performs surgery. Just as the same relationship, students, now, just as a writer, we don't say performs, but we have to give the right exact word. Just as a writer writes a book. So where is that, students, now? Absolutely here. You see the word book here now. This is what exactly we call it as like. So in other words, there are a lot of types of analogical relationships, hundreds of analogical relationships. So one of the types we can call it as person and skill. I call this one as, students, like person. P-R-S-O-N, person and skill. So what is the skill of a doctor, students, now? Operates surgery or performs surgery. Just as what is the skill of a writer? To write a book. That is exactly we call it as the analogy, students, like. So what is analogy? So according to the given main relationship, you're supposed to determine one of the options as your answer choice. So it's a very easy question, students, like, okay, for example, like, why not? What is that? What we call it as a plan is to surgery? No, you cannot think of plan is to surgery. And writer is to outline. No, you cannot say, there is some relationship with the medicine is to surgery, but writer is to grammar. No, we don't say writer is to grammar. Grammar is something general, okay, so which has rules and regulations. So okay, we can also have some relationship with the hospital is to surgery, writer is to library. These are all something general, but they are not specific. So but what is specific is that a doctor performs surgery just as a writer writes a book. So this is one of the questions that appeared in the computer science, students. So it's a very easy question. I hope you all have attempted this question too, right? Now we'll go with the next question. Let us check this question now. Yeah, this question is of small passage. Where does this question appear to us, students? Like, let us go through the question and see first of all, like, which one of the following statements summarizes the passage? You see here now, summary summarizes the passage. Wonderful, students, like summary of the passage. So where this question has appeared to us? Let us check. This question appeared to us from this content, reading and comprehension. So all the GATE questions, students of computer science, are confined to the syllabus itself. They are not from the outside syllabus. Reading and comprehension, summary. So what is reading and comprehension? Some of the questions in the reading comprehension could be the main idea of the passage, summary of the passage, adumbrate of the passage, best title of the passage, what is the best inference, what is the tone of the passage, author discussed all except. These are some of the questions that can be raised from the given content, reading and comprehension. So this is one of the questions that appeared directly from reading comprehension, students. It's a very easy question. Let us look into these questions, students, like supposing if you are a regular reader of newspaper, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs and you have only 5 words. That 5 words is the best title, or in other words, something summarizing. So in summary, what we have to do, let us see, students, like. So the question here is summary. What we have to do is what we call it as find out the summary. What is summary, students, like? In other words, the main details of the passage. So whenever you read the passage, students, like, first thing what you have to ask is, what is the passage about? We have to ask, what is the passage about? What is the passage? What is the passage about? A general question that we need to ask, what is the passage about? And ask sometimes WH questions, if at all, if there is any WH questions, students, like something like who is there in the passage, if any place is mentioned in the passage, if any cause is mentioned in the passage, why, where, if any how is mentioned in the passage. So certain WH questions you need to raise, and then you can come to the conclusion, students. So here we go. Let me just go with the passage and check and see. Now, so based on the question, which one of the following statements summarizes the passage? So the best title, the best summary, or what we call it as a 4-5 lines squeezing into one line. 4-5 paragraphs squeezing into maybe 4-5 words. So for example, you read a newspaper, bus rams into a car. You see only 4 words, bus rams into car. But you will find 4 paragraphs. The first paragraph would be what we call the WH family, where the accident, where the accident has taken place, who involved into that. The second paragraph explains how the cause, officials are involved into that. Special lines have been given, again one paragraph, if any women or children. That is how the paragraph develops, students like. So sometimes let us see how the paragraph develops, students like. The paragraph develops in the triangular form, actually in the summary page, or if you read in the newspaper, students like now. So something what we call it as like, we have a triangular shape. Right. So this is how the paragraphs have been created, students. This is how the paragraphs have been created. This is least important to most important. And this is most important to least important, students like. Where? Least important, especially in novels. Especially you find in what we call it as the novels. What do you find in the novels, students like now? Lot of fabrications after fabrications, suspense after suspenses, and then finally you explode. Something like movie. So least important to most important. And most important to least important. Where? Newspaper. They explode the first paragraph itself. They don't keep suspense. So that is how the paragraph and the passage develops, students. So here we have a small passage. Let us see how the maybe 2-3 lines, 2 sentences, how it has developed. Come on, here we go. Some people suggest anti-obesity measures, that is AOM. So these days people are behind this one. So anti-obesity measures. Obesity, fat. Anti-obesity measures. How to reduce? Okay, such as displaying calorie information in restaurant menus. So today you have menu, students like, before you order, and that order specifies certain ingredients, and that ingredients with calorie, how many calories that particular ingredient. So some restaurants actually display that. So such as displaying calorie information in restaurant menus. I suppose you have understood. It's a very simple question, students. So simple line, some people suggest anti-obesity measures such as displaying calorie information in restaurant menus. Very good. If they display, it is well and good. So people can read it and they can avoid if something causes obesity. Such measures sidestep addressing the core problems. Well, that menu does not specify the other aspects of what we call it as the obesity. It just mentions such measures sidestep addressing the core problems, like the menu cannot give the complete picture of the problems. They can address only few, not all. So such measures sidestep addressing the core problems that cause, what cause, students like? That cause obesity. Ingredients have the calories, it's fine, good. But such measures sidestep addressing the core problems that cause obesity. So the cause of obesity, the main cause of obesity is what, students like? So maybe certain explanation has been given, like poverty could be one of the, then again income inequality could be. So there are other issues and other problems where menu does not specify all these ones. Only menu specifies some information about the calories of the ingredients, that's all. It does not specify the cause of obesity. No, it does not specify like. So this is our small passage, students. Here we go. Which one of the following statements summarizes the passage now? So ask a question, what is the passage about? In one word I call it as, it is talking about something about obesity, anti-obesity. So that is what we have to see. What is the passage about? When we ask about one word, students, like it is talking about something anti-obesity, and one thing is what we call it as like certain menus display some information about calories, and it does not specify the real cause of obesity, that's all. So that is what we call it as, students, what, where, any place like who and where, why, how. If you look into step by step, you can get into all these details, students, like come on, let us see. Now, AOM are addressing the core problems and are likely to succeed. No doubt. AOM, what is that? Anti-obesity measures are addressing the core problems. Now, in summary, again, what is the elimination process, students? Like certain eliminations have to be. Elimination. You need to eliminate certain lines. What will you eliminate in number 1 point? Something contradicting the argument we have to eliminate. Contradict. Something contradiction. You need to eliminate. And the second one is, students, like out of scope. Something which is not mentioned in the argument also we have to eliminate now. What does the passage say? AOM are addressing the core problems. But what does the passage say? Such measures sidestep addressing the sidestep. When it is sidestepping, and A says AOM are addressing the core problems. Sidestepping the core problems. And here he says they are addressing the core problems. What does the passage do here? It is contradicting, students, like you see that? It is contradicting. So therefore, option A cannot be. Very simple. Your paragraph says sidestepped the addressing the core problems, but whereas option A says they are addressing the core problems. So that option you can easily eliminate, students. Number 2, if obesity reduces, poverty will naturally reduce, since obesity causes poverty. Whereas what he mentions here is what we call it as what are the causes of the obesity, that is not been mentioned actually. But how can you say obesity reduces what? If obesity reduces, poverty will naturally reduce, since obesity causes poverty. Out of scope, students, like. Doesn't mean that what we call it as like the causes, problems that cause obesity, poverty. Like what causes poverty, we don't know. How income inequality causes, we don't know. So therefore, this option also we can easily eliminate. So this is again contradicting, or there are 1 or 2 points out of scope also. The proposed AOM addresses the core problems that cause obesity. And again, it is equivalent to the what we call it as the first one, students, like. So the proposed AOM addresses the core problems that cause obesity. No. They are sidestepping the core problems, and here it is saying they are addressing the core problems. So this also cannot be, students, like. This also cannot be, because this is contradicting our argument. And what does the passage say? AOM are addressing, no doubt, they are addressing what? Some people suggest anti-measures like such as displaying calorie. Yes, AOM are addressing the problem superficially. What is superficially? Not in detail. To some extent, some calorie information has been mentioned. It's okay, very good. But what about what causes obesity, poverty and income inequality? That has not been discussed in the passage, students, like. So they have touched only a portion of it, not all the details, like. So therefore we can say AOM are addressing the problems superficially, not in depth, not in detailed wise. So therefore this is absolutely the right summary, students. So I suppose you have understood a simple question. This is of 2 marks, students, and most of you might have answered it. I strongly believe those students who sat in the classroom, who have listened to this one, if you have attempted it, it's well and good. So definitely you will cut a very good figure. So I wish you all the best for your good scores. Thank you, students.